Let's talk about Miss Marvel, a character that Marvel has been trying to push for a long time. She's had multiple rebooted comic books. She's had her own show that nobody watched, had super low ratings. They keep trying to push the character, but nobody wants to read or watch anything with her in it. Now, with some reworking, they could maybe make her popular. Her costume is awful, though. I don't know what they're going to... They refuse to change it. They did change her from an Inhuman to a mutant in the MCU, which is a good change. That's actually an improvement to the character. They even kind of changed her powers up a little bit so that she's more like a Green Lantern than a Mr. Fantastic ripoff. She's got the worst power set for a woman. Giant hands. No woman says, man, I wish I could have gigantic hands. That's not a power set that a woman would want. That's just not what they're looking for. So they've tried to fix her for the MCU. Whether or not it'll work or not, I don't know. She's, of course, in the upcoming Marvel's movie with Brie Larson. We'll see how that movie does. Somehow, Guardians of the Galaxy has managed to stay relevant with a surprising low drop. That's probably because it's actually a good movie. However, the movie still has to go through weeks of competition now. I think it's going to end up making Thor Love and Thunder money, and that's not really a huge win for Disney. People say that I'm not the one making up the numbers for that movie, by the way. The entire media was saying and comparing it to Ant-Man. But we're going to sit through this. So, Miss Marvel, not a popular character. Disney has been trying to do whatever they can to make her popular, including having her be a recurring guest star in the Amazing Spider-Man, their #1 selling comic. She works at Oscorp with Peter. She's like an intern lab assistant for Norman Osborn, who's reformed right now. It's a long story. He had his sins removed by Sin Eater. So he's a good guy for now. You know that won't last. That shit never lasts. He'll end up being a bad guy again eventually. So Kamala Kahn has been a recurring guest star in The Amazing Spider-Man. She's even a recurring guest star in that kids show, Spidey and His Amazing Friends. Well, in a surprising move, they've killed off Miss Marvel in Amazing Spider-Man 26. It looks to be real. So these are the screenshots that are going around. I don't know how or why she dies. There's a really weird storyline going on in The Amazing Spider-Man, like how, of course, Peter left him for a Marvel editor. Or no, MJ left him for a Marvel editor. This guy named Paul. He looks... I mean, they're not that muscular like that, but in the face, he looks like a Marvel editor. So some Marvel editor has inserted himself into the comic to have sex with Mary Jane, and she left Peter Parker to be with this Marvel editor ripoff. Like, a lot of people are not enjoying this run. And now, in Amazing Spider-Man 26, it looks like they're going to kill off Miss Marvel. It's funny, they've been hyping up Amazing Spider-Man 26 like it's the next, I forget the exact issues, but it's the night Gwen Stacy died. Basically, it's one of the most important stories in Spider-Man's history where Green Goblin kills Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man fails to save her, and then Norman Osborn dies in the next issue. The night Gwen Stacy died is the name of the arc. It's 2 comics, 2 issues. It's an amazing 2 issues and define the character forever. And they're trying to hype this up as the greatest thing since then, and that's not going to be it. So someone dies in this issue. It's been hyped for a while, and it looks like it is Miss Marvel Kamala Kahn. Here are the 2 screenshots that are going around on Twitter right now. You can see right here, he's holding her hand. I can't make out what she's saying. and then her eyes roll back and she dies, and then here are people mourning her. You've got Norman Osborn as the or the Gold Goblin. That's what he's calling himself, Golden Goblin here. And then you have Marvel editor and MJ. Then you have The Thing, Sue Storm, Reed Richards, Johnny Storm, I'm guessing right there, and then Peter holding her. Like, people are going to give a shit. No one's going to care about this at all. No one's going to give a damn that she died. Because you know what? She'll be back. She'll probably be back in the next couple of issues. She will be back real soon. And somehow I bet Peter's responsible for this. And same energy as Master of the TDS says right here. No one is going to care. This is not going to do anything to boost her popularity at all. It won't work. No one is going to give a shit that Miss Marvel is dead. First off, this stuff never sticks. She'll be back probably, I don't know, probably in the next couple of issues of The Amazing Spider-Man. It's funny that they've got to use his book for some kind of arc revolving around her. If they're smart, what they'll do is they'll use this death to change the character around and make her more likable. Change that god-awful costume, too. That costume is dog shit. I've said a million times her costume looks like it came off of a pajama rack at Walmart. It's boring. It's got some stupid lightning bolt in the front. It's dumb. Change that costume. Fix her powers. Change that stupid giant hand shit. That's got to go. That would help change her character a little bit. That would definitely help. But this isn't going to make this comic some kind of huge key. It's not going to fly up. Well, it probably will fly off the shelves because people are going to think that they can resell it for a couple of bucks. And for a week, it might work. But I guarantee you she's back 6 months tops. Probably in the next issue, to be honest. They won't leave her dead for long because they've got to keep pushing her in your face because they're desperate for this character to take off, just like they are with Captain Marvel, which never works. So that's where we're at. Miss Marvel, DOA in the comics with issue 26. I find it funny that they're doing this, so they're trying to hype up a character death in here, and you're going to see all of the media report on this. They killed her! Like, people give a shit. No one cares about this character. That's why no one watched the show. Nobody watched the show. Nobody bought that Avengers game because she was a star in it, because nobody cares about her. Like, what a stupid idea. Let's make an Avengers game. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We'll make Miss Marvel the star. They've had to reboot this book like 5 times, 12 times, by the way, her own comic, because no one buys it. So it gets to like issue 20, and then they reboot it into another number 1. So maybe she'll get another number 1 out of this when she comes back to life. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals. Comment below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.